saying your club is expired. Did you by chance get a new credit card or anything like that?
No, can you just try running it again? Or do you need the card?
I can run the credit card again if you had it on you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Thanks.